Hello, I'm Tina Ham from College of Charleston Information Technology. Welcome to another Tech Talk Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about LinkedIn Learning, and with me to discuss this topic is Bucky Wall, the Knowledge Manager for Support Services from Information Technology. Together we're going to share some information about LinkedIn Learning that hopefully you can find valuable. Thanks for joining me today, Bucky.
Thanks for having me, Tina. I'm looking forward to it.
We are going to talk some about LinkedIn Learning, and it is a online virtual learning resource, a learning library per se. And we have implemented it in June of last year. So we've had it almost a year coming up, and we are really excited to be able to remind our students, faculty, and staff that we all have access to LinkedIn Learning and some of the great benefits that that has to offer. There are two ways to access LinkedIn Learning. One of which is very helpful in case a supervisor were to suggest or to request that a course be assigned to you. And that would be through Absorb. You know, Absorb, it's where we would take our security courses and our privacy courses that we're required to take. Cougar Ed, so Absorb. So those courses in LinkedIn Learning are imported into Absorb, and you can access those courses that way. But it is a way to access those courses if someone assigns a course to you, or if you know that you have some courses that you need to take. Those are through Absorb, but some of them are LinkedIn Learning courses. So real quick, I want to share my dashboard. This is actually my login page for LinkedIn or for Absorb. I just kind of scrolled down past the banner at the top that has my personal information on it. But you can see there's catalogs, there's courses, there's resources, and then of course access to the courses that I've already started. And when you're looking in Absorb, you can tell that it's a LinkedIn Learning course by seeing the little icon there, and you can see that it's an online course. So that's just a little bit of information about that, so that you can know the difference between an Absorb course or a course that we've created within Cougar Ed or the imported courses from LinkedIn Learning. And Bucky has volunteered to share some information on alternate ways to access LinkedIn Learning. So Bucky, before we get into the technical part of it and the screen shares, how about you explaining some of what you like about LinkedIn Learning?
Sure, I'd be glad to. So I enjoy it not just for professional reasons, but I've enjoyed it to learn some personal items. I took a Photoshop class there. I took a Lightroom class there. They also have some sort of mini short courses. They do have what we call a bundle or curriculum that you can take, or you can just a la carte. I think what I really like from a learning perspective about how LinkedIn Learning is constructed, they really are several little micro learnings all sort of packaged together. The videos are no more than 3 or 4 minutes a piece. And it helps to be able to go back if you've forgotten something. And I'll show you a little bit about that when I screen share.
So Bucky, if you want to go ahead and take the wheel and talk about how they can access LinkedIn Learning from office.com or portal.office.com.
So what you're seeing now is my office.com login. And when you choose all apps, you'll discover, there are a lot of apps that you have access to, but right there in the middle, you'll see LinkedIn Learning, and you can just click on that. I've already launched it in another tab. What I like about the home screen for LinkedIn Learning, it's very sort of Netflix-like. It shows you the things that you've already started, but it also has top picks. It has this sort of learn in 30 minutes. Not all the LinkedIn courses are long. So you can see it is very much a very browsable type of interface in the home screen. So when you launch a course, and I'm going to launch this one now, this Excel Essential course, you'll see that it has over here on the navigation side, very short videos, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, things like that. And you also have an overview of the course. And one of the things that I like a lot is that it has exercise files. because it gives you an opportunity to walk through the course with the instructor. And in this case, I had the formulas, or like what I had with Photoshop or Lightroom, where I would do the image enhancements. But it gives you the files to look at, so you can say if you got it right or not. And you can keep these files downloaded, or you can erase them and start over again. It also has Q&A for people who are online as well with LinkedIn, a notebook that allows you to take your notes. And another thing that I really like is it has transcripts, because sometimes, you know, you take these courses and you sort of forget, okay, how exactly did I do that? So what you can do, you can go into this entire course, and then you can find something within it. So I always forget how to do a pivot table. So if I do pivot, it'll bring up all the topics that pivot tables were used in. And so what you can do, you can go through and select the one that you did. So you could go in and it'll start talking about how to use a pivot chart.
I'm glad you explained that way to search for just different information that you're looking for that you may have forgotten.
It's really good for retention.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing too to talk about with LinkedIn Learning, you don't necessarily have to watch or take a whole course. They broke it down to even just videos. So from the LinkedIn Learning page, you can actually search by topic, and then you can see whether it's a video or a course or part of a larger learning path in case you really want to know a lot more information. So that's all very useful as far as how they break down those courses. So
that's right. And Tina, you don't have to take the chapter quiz. You don't have to take the exam. Now, of course, if it's been assigned to you in Absorb, then you are encouraged to take the exam so you can get credit. But you can bounce around in these courses and not really have to take the things in a linear way. You can go from topic to topic, sort of a la carte.
That's great, Bucky. Thanks so much for sharing that information with us today. I appreciate everyone that watched our Tech Talk today. It is focused on LinkedIn Learning. You can access LinkedIn Learning through Absorb. You can actually access the Absorb link through portal.office.com, just like you showed the LinkedIn Learning link. There is also a link for Cougar Ed, but it's a great way to brush up on things, learn something new. And Bucky, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. For those of you that are watching, make sure you follow us on social media, College of Charleston Information Technology on YouTube, on Facebook at CFCIT, Twitter at CFCIT, Instagram is CFC_IT. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on our Tech Talk Tuesdays. Have a great day.
Thanks, Tina. Bye.